Hello peoples, welcome to 2018. I'm Big Keg and welcome to Fat Bastard Garage. Yep, give it a name, Fat Bastard Garage. Big Keg's a big fat bastard, so sort of progressed from there. So Big Fat Bastard becomes Fat Bastard Garage. Yeah, so it's not going to be a garage as in just cars. I'm sort of going to do things that interest me and things that are done in the garage, like tinkering and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, the Camry's still going. Unfortunately, that's sort of been put on hold. But those that follow my vlogs, all 8 or 9 of you, would have known that my sister was pretty crook. Well, unfortunately, New Year's Day she passed away, and so that's put a bit of a hold on things. And yeah, so I had to go down to Tassie and go to the funeral, and yeah, it was all a bit sad, but life goes on, and she wouldn't want anyone sort of dropping the bundle or putting off what had to be done because of her. So yeah, we're still going. I'm still doing these bloody wheels. I've sanded them, I've polished them, I've clear coated them, I've sanded them, I've polished them, I've clear coated them, but yeah, I haven't got any further. Circumstances are that I can't afford to get them fitted at the moment, or I've got the brake shoes, the brake pads here for the car. There she is, and she's got a flat battery again. Because I was away for a few days, so I didn't start her up. So yeah. Anyway, there's still other stuff I can sort of show you. Well, stuff I'm going to vlog anyway. So Fat Bastard Garage, yeah, I like to tinker. And I like to tinker with a lot of things. Doesn't matter what, but apart from cars, I'm also into music. I like guitars. I play, but I'm not very bloody good. But I've got a few, got 5 I think. One of them's electric and it needs a shitload of work, so that'll be one of the projects that will be done in the Fat Bastard Garage. And my next door neighbour, Mick, knows I like to tinker. So he had a lawnmower sitting in his, which you can probably see behind me, sitting in his garage. It's been there for a year. And he said, here, Keg, you take it and see if you can get it running. So yeah, before Christmas, I got it before Christmas. There's a couple of things I sort of noticed with it, so I bought a couple of little parts which cost me all $7 off eBay. And one thing I will say about eBay, I do try to buy from Australian providers. Yes, you do have to get stuff from China. I don't really like doing it, but if I can find someone in Australia who's $2 or $3 dearer, I'd rather buy from Australian. So yeah, these bits I only got, well, I'll show you, you'll see them anyway. So yeah, let's have a look. Briggs and Stratton 450 148cc. After the lawnmower. Tyres are a bit knackered, but the wheels, the plastic on them. He's given it a fair bit of use. So the front wheels are the ones that are not much chop. But, oh, pardon me. What I noticed straight away was this. Alright, so there's nothing happening. Now I've taken the filter off, which is just one big long screw, straight down through there. Sort of filters like that. That's the actual filter there, and you can see I should have ordered one of those, but I didn't. And if you ever look down there, that when you squeeze that, you're supposed to get a squirt of gas through there, but it's none. So I bought a new one of those, and underneath this carby, because that's the actual carby there, there's a diaphragm and a gasket. I bought those. But I'm pulling it apart. I've also noticed that this choke and everything, none of that works real well, see? So that's something else I'm going to have to fiddle with. But yeah, so we're going to pull that apart and have a bit of a squeeze to it. So I'll get back to you. Alright. Alright, so I've pulled the tank off. So there was one bolt in here, holding it on through there, and a little bolt around the front there, on there. Now get this bloody camera in the right spot there. So I pulled those off, give it a bit of a wriggle so you can get past that, and then you just got to tilt it down a little bit to loosen that, and this is what you end up with. So that's the carburetor there, and you've got 4 screws. 1, 2, hang on, geez, my camera works shit. Anyway, you've got 4 screws to come out from there, and we'll get those out and come back. Yeah, well, I was telling you lies. There's 5 screws that hold that in. So yeah, so that's our diaphragm and our, just focus, diaphragm and our gasket. There's that black stuff on the bottom there. So I'm going to pull those off, have a bit of a squeeze, give it a clean, give that a clean, and then we're also going to replace that squidgy, the that one, whatever you call it. Alright, back shortly. So to get that primer bulb out, you stick a screwdriver in there and that side and push it up this way, and yeah, I grabbed some pliers and pulled the bulb out, but it pops out that way. So I've cleaned out in that. I'm going to pop the new bulb back in and be back. Alright, we've replaced that primer bulb, all working alright so far. So now we'll put the diaphragm and the gasket on there, making sure, there's the new ones, there's the old ones, making sure that the diaphragm goes down first. Right, okay, so we got the carby back on, and I was pressing this, and I thought I was supposed to get, oh, it just froze up then, I thought I was supposed to see a squirt of gas going out of here. So I pulled the carby back off, and the bottom float part underneath was chock-a-block full of gas. So it was, yeah, it was dry before and now it's full. Yeah, so that's obviously working. So now we'll put the tank back on and we'll have a look at these bloody springs, because like that spring is the one that, oh geez, come on, focus on what you're doing. That spring here, this arrangement here, is what opens and shuts the butterfly. So, alright, we'll get back into it. Folks, back again. Right. Tried to start it, and it would nearly, but it wouldn't. So, we've decided I didn't think to check the oil, and when I did, I'll show you. I don't know. What do you reckon? Way too much oil. Way too much. And if you have a look down here, you can see it's actually been coming out of the exhaust, and it's pulled up around here. I thought it was petrol, but it's not. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll drain that, and there's only one way of doing it, and that's pulling it over like so. Hang on. And draining it out, and then I'll pull the spark plug back out and recheck it, clean it all out. I have checked it, it was sparking, so yeah, we'll do all that. And look there, just from me tipping that over, you can see where all the oil's just come out, so she needs drain. Alright, back shortly. Okay folks, it's the next day, and have a look at how much oil I took out of it. Absolute shitload. But when I took it out, it smelled of fuel. Still sort of does, but it's evaporated a fair bit overnight, I think. And that camera just froze for ages. Sorry about that. Can't help it. So, yeah, I took that out. It still wouldn't start. So I pulled the spark plug out, held my finger over the bloody hole just to make sure that we did have good compression, and it is good compression. So I was starting to wonder then. So what I did was I poured gas straight down into there, and she fired. So if obviously not picking the gas up, or there's a vacuum line there, and I don't know whether, well, yeah, I don't think the vacuum line should affect it too much, but yeah, it's not packing the gas up. So I'm going to pull the gas tank back off and have another look at the carburetor. Alright, back to you when I've got that done. Okay, so I pulled it apart, and this is the pickup. And you can see a bit of gunk, if that focuses, down there. That end, I couldn't blow through at all. So, yeah, a bread tie down there, cleaned it out, and now I can get through it. So, I think that's the actual bloody problem of why it's not getting fuel. But anyway, we'll keep going and see what's happening. Alright, back soon. Okay, so the carby's back on. I went through every bloody hole I could find. Hang on. With the old bread tie. And yes, the long pickup one was full of shit. So yeah, we'll chuck this back on and see what bloody happens this time. That was a bloody mission, I'll tell you that now. The only thing it won't do now is fully stop without actually stopping it there. It won't stop off that. It's freezing again, my bloody phone's freezing all the time, sorry about that peoples. But yeah, so you get it to there, you've got to push it all the way around a bit further to make it a stop. Okay folks, so yeah, we got it done, finally. Yeah, what did we learn about that? That Big Keg's not real good at bloody tinkering that much, but anyway, yeah, no, got it done. Those pulse carburetors are a lot more fiddlier than anything with a float. Yeah, so you just got to clean everything out and just make sure it's getting... Like, that wasn't picking up. That was one of the main reasons. Yes, it had too much oil. Yes, the diaphragm needed doing, but it still wasn't picking it up. So like, I put a little bit of a slit in that the pickup tube, and that, yeah, well, you saw the results. It worked, but I also cleaned out everything as much as I could. So yeah, so that's the first project of Fat Bastard Garage. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully I'll do a few more bits and pieces like that, you know. Again, the Camry is my main purpose at the moment, but yeah, a few bits and pieces like that cost bugger all to do. I think that cost me $7 to fix that, and now I've got a working lawnmower that I'm either going to keep or I'm going to sell. Alright, pebbles, Fat Bastard Garage is out. Hooroo.